All right, so here's another video as a part of the presentation series for those that are looking to refine their final expense presentation, those that received no training as what to do, or you're with our group and you're looking through these videos to learn, fine-tune, or improve your final expense presentation. So we're talking about step 6. Step 6 of the presentation, which is policy discovery if they do have insurance. If they don't have insurance, step 6 is eliminating the competition, and we kind of cover that in another video. So step 6 for the portions of they do have insurance is called policy discovery. So the lead into this sounds a little bit like the haves and the have-nots. You remember that video, right? And they say to you, I do have insurance, or I already filled this out knowing I have insurance. I don't really know why I filled this out or why you're here. I don't really want more insurance. I have plenty already. So a lot of step 6 is kind of unscripted. A lot of step 6 is kind of nuanced. A lot of step 6 is kind of reading the conversation, reading the presentation, and leading them in the direction you'd like to go. It sounds a little bit like this though. Oh, okay, you said you already do have coverage. Perfect. So what happened recently that had you thinking about insurance again? That's the question I like to ask to kind of promote more conversation. They obviously had insurance when they filled out another life insurance lead, so what happened? Let me ask that again in case you missed it. Ms. Johnson, I understand you currently have insurance, makes sense, but tell me what happened recently that had you thinking about this again? See where it goes and go from there. Here's another one you can try. Perfectly fine. Let me ask you a quick question. Knowing that you do have insurance, which is great, when is the last time somebody took the time to go over your policy with you? See what they say, go from there, lead where you're going. Or we like to call this sometimes the 20 questions of policy discovery, because what you're doing is creating doubt without being utterly strange or direct. Ms. Johnson, I appreciate the fact you have insurance. It's great that you do. Are you aware there's many different kinds of insurance? You don't know that. Okay. There's whole life, term life, flexible life, accident life, critical illness life. What kind of life insurance is it that you have? You don't know. Okay. Well, do you know if your insurance gets more expensive as you get older? Do you know if it ever expires? Do you know who your contingent beneficiary is? Does your policy come with any riders? Do you see what I'm doing here? I'm asking questions they can't answer. I'm not meaning that in an unethical sense. I'm meaning that in a sense that it's doing what? It's creating doubt that at some point in the course of the 20 questions of policy discovery will lead you to this. What is it you even have for insurance? Or who is it that you have? Or why don't you just go grab it for me? I'll teach you a few bits of information about your policy and you'll be better for knowing, right? Perfect. Go ahead and grab that for me while I check for something in my bag. Head down. See, you casually created enough doubt in the conversation to just plain say, Miss Johnson, go get your policy for me while I'm looking for something in my bag, and I'll just teach you a few things about it. Now, what happens if they say to you during the policy discovery and then policy review phase, oh, I can't find my policy? Well, I kind of preempt that sometimes by saying, Ms. Johnson, why don't you go to where you know you put your policy and then bring it back and we'll go over it together. They probably know where it is. If they don't, try this. Totally fine, not trying to get you frantic, not in any kind of a rush. Do this for me. Just take the next 60 to 90 seconds, go where you think it is, try to find it while I'm here answering a few emails, and come back with it if you can find it. But just take 1 to 2 minutes. Don't tear the whole house apart, okay? Then I go and I start looking like I'm distracted. What just happened? I sent them to go get their policy, told them to take the pressure off, do the best they can to find it. And then what if they say to me, well, I can't find it. I don't want to look. I don't know where it is. I never got it. I don't know any of that stuff. Try this line for me. Miss Johnson, if you can't find it, I got to ask you a question. If you can't find it, you don't know where it is, or if you ever got it, how are your family members, your son, your daughter, your beneficiary, how are they going to find it when you're dead if you can't find it right now? I don't know. Well, go ahead and grab a bank statement for me. The good news is on that statement, It'll say who you have. I'll know who it is, and we can call them and get you an extra copy. Go grab that bank statement for me. And at that point in time, if this is really something they're serious and honest about, they like you, know you, and trust you, they're going to try. And if you're really getting this much resistance at that point in time, you got a bigger problem. Now, let's move forward. They have the policy. They have the information. You've called the carrier. You are in the meat and potatoes of step 6 during policy discovery. On the client data sheet again, and there's a whole video about this, there's all the information you need to figure out what to do next. Now, if you're calling a carrier, just look for this information. If you're sitting in front of a policy, fill out this information. What you're looking to do is see if there's a way to upgrade the policy. What you're looking to do is see if there's a way to improve what they currently have. What you're looking for is to see if they have what they think they do or they have something drastically different. So that's it. That's step number 6. Go get the policy, go over the policy, fill out the client data sheet, and then go into step number 7. Underwriting and calling for help from the home when the situation requires it. Thanks for watching.